They're especially trained to help rescue people during the worst disasters.
And of course, preparing canines for such work takes a lot of time, training, and teamwork. Claudia Rivera spent the day at a special training session. Good evening, Claudia.
Their handlers are here in the Valley this weekend. They're training to become part of the search and rescue teams for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. We got a first-hand look at how these dogs do their job. These dogs are training for the ultimate test.
It takes a special dog.
A test that puts these canines and their handlers one step closer for FEMA Disaster Preparedness Certification.
To deploy with the task force, like to New York or Oklahoma.
They came from all over the country to train right here in Phoenix.
We've got Florida, California, New York.
Captain John Dean is with the Phoenix Fire Department's Urban Search and Rescue Team, deployed during 9/11 and Hurricane Katrina. He knows exactly how important these dogs are when it comes to saving lives.
There's times where we may have a collapsed building that we can't enter safely, and it would take days, or maybe we could never make it safe for human entry. Dogs are light, they're agile on their feet.
Although it was a mock test, these four-legged rescuers were put through real-life scenarios.
You have to stay secluded in a hole in an area, and the dog's got to go out on a 15,000 square foot rubble pile and find the victims and alert, bark, and independent of you. And that's a little bit of a special thing.
We worked with handler Adam Skyver and his dog Pick, who's already FEMA certified. His first assignment was Hurricane Katrina. We're going into what they're calling the hole. This could be any real life scenario. For example, a tornado, a hurricane. We're going to go in there and see if the dog that we're training with today can find me. The 5-year veteran went straight to work, and it didn't take long for him to find me. I think he found me. Yep. Good dog. Oh, he's definitely found me. Took probably less than 5 minutes. How did he do?
He did real well. He searched all over the place, and basically really don't know how their noses work, but basically he's trying to smell you. And after a while, he kind of worked it out.
It's a game of hide and seek. When they find you or they find the victim, they know there's a toy for them.
But for a victim in a real-life disaster, dogs like Pick can be the difference between life and death.
They're family, they're partners, there's so many things in one.
Yeah, and the real certification test will take place next month in New York. All of those dogs will be out there. Some of the dogs from right here in Phoenix, the Phoenix Fire Department has 10 dogs. They're all trained. They're all prepared in case of a disaster, but they still go through training all the time. Those dogs will be going through a special session, another testing in Los Angeles coming up this summer.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to follow their progress. That was a lot of fun, and what a great example you had today just to show our viewers how quickly it happens as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire department training has gone to the dogs in a good way. 13 working dogs from all over the nation are in Phoenix for disaster training. Learn how to sniff out survivors. As ABC 15's Catherine Garcia tells us, in a disaster, these canines are ready for the worst.
He may not look like a hero, but this working dog named Pick is one of 120 dogs across the nation trained to save lives.
He went to Katrina. We've done some local searches around town.
Rescue operations all meant to do one thing: find survivors.
There's times where we can't go into a structure, or if the person's unconscious, they can't pound on a piece of pipe or holler or yell or let us know they're there. The dogs are the only thing that's going to find you.
And to keep these dogs ready for a disaster, it's all about the training. So dogs from all over the nation come here to Phoenix to prepare for the worst.
This is what it's like on a real deployment. When there's an earthquake, when there's a hurricane or a tornado.
Somewhere in all this are victims waiting to be found. ABC 15 put Pick to the test to see how long it took him to sniff us out. From our hiding place here, buried in a metal water tank turned upside down. The only light shining through these holes, the signal.
Whenever you're ready.
He's off, climbing over huge cement blocks for a scent. And then finally, after only 2.5 minutes, help arrives.
And then he barks, and that lets us know, hey, I found somebody here. You can come get him out.
And even in the midst of all this rubble and debris, Pick can still search out a human because of this. His nose, far more powerful than a human's, at least 10,000 times more powerful.
We don't even know the limit of their abilities. To the search dogs, it's just a big game of hide and go seek.
But in this case, someone's life depends on this dog always winning. In Avondale, Catherine Garcia, ABC 15 News, your Valley News leader.
Incredible. In Phoenix, we've got 3 dogs that are certified with disaster training.